Andrew, have your people modeled the possibility of eliminating the interest deduction for corporations? What does that do to lending?
So I think I agree with the previous speaker. If you look at last time this happened, really the big impact was in terms of equity buybacks, share buybacks. So we would anticipate that to be the key aspect here. I would not see this having significant impacts in terms of business lending. The bigger impact in terms of share buybacks.
And do you agree with that, Mike, that even if you eliminate the interest deduction for corporations, it won't affect lending?
No, well, first of all, there's lots of things that go into the borrowing decision. It's not just the corporate interest deduction. But remember, as I think you heard from folks who've commented already on tax reform, the devil is still in the details. We don't know ultimately. Right. We know what the proposals are. We don't know where it gets to. There is a couple elements, though, which I think are important about the issue about tax reform, which is probably underappreciated. It's not just about the repatriation, which everyone's focusing on, but it's to move towards a territorial tax code. You know, because what happens is it creates a disincentive for this building of pools of capital outside the United States. My concerns about that is that capital is often deployed in not the most economically rational way. It's often about gaming the tax code. So to the extent you can make better prudent business decisions, I see macro prudent business decisions, then I actually think that this changing the tax code could be positive for corporate America in general, because now all of a sudden you have a much cleaner dynamic when you're making capital spending choices.
So, Andrew, just circling back to the corporate credit market, you mentioned that investment grade just looks a little bit too pricey. Where is the value in the corporate credit market?
So I think if you just look at generic credit, it looks okay, but it doesn't look cheap. So you need to go name by name and look for the good opportunities. You need to go global and look for the good opportunities. Where we tend to find value is in structured product rather than generic cash credit. So slightly more complicated structures, but where we think you can get paid a little bit more for the liquidity premium, the complexity premium there. So non-agency mortgages in the US would be one example, and then some of the global structured products as well.